And what I am here to talk about is the draft North Carolina Creation Care Network Unified Principles for Working Together. And I need to emphasize this. You know, I forget the number of times, but if you hear something 7 times, I think it is, people believe it to be true, whether it's a lie or not. Okay, next time you listen to the news, remember that. Hear the same thing 7 times, people start believing it's true. So you'll hear us repeating ourselves in terms of working together and unified principles, because that is what was the main purpose for calling the group together today. And I think what we've heard so far is that we're more alike than different. Thank you, Imam, because I was shaking my head the whole time you were taking, because your principles are so close to our principles. And we all come from, originally, from tribal groups who are close to the land. So it's no wonder that we're so much alike. I would like to draw your attention. Everyone should have gotten a copy of this, I hope, through your confirmation whenever
they're at the front.
Through the earmark, but there's copies all up front if you don't have it. But this will be the first thing we'll deal with today in small groups. And I was asked to read it, which I'll do quickly, because you'll have a copy. And then when we break to talk about this in the small groups, what I hope that we'll be talking about is how can this help us move our movement forward. We've heard the word about we all work in silos. Actually, I am sick to death of hearing about silos, because we've been talking about it for at least 4 generations. I'm not 4 generations. At least 4 decades, because it's been over 4 decades that Mac and I have been working jointly in various forms of social justice work, in silo. So our effort today is look at how to work together more. And you notice that it's unifying principles, not unified, because things change. And so we may step back in 6 months and want to, change things a little bit because our work has changed. So we recognize the organic nature even of how we work together. But there are basic pieces to this, and I'll read the preamble first. This is in the event that everybody hadn't had a chance to read it before we break. The North Carolina Creation Care Network met, which is today, this is written in a historical format, at the North Carolina Creation Care Network Leadership Summit on May 15, 2018, to discuss how we in North Carolina can best intervene to stop climate change, so we the people can join together in a spirit of care and solidarity and protect God's creation, Mother Earth and Father Sky, before it's too late. We believe that most good can come when we work together across and within differences to arrive at our similar interests. Faith and climate action leaders working together can organize the most diverse and intersectional clean energy grassroots movement that has the power to succeed. Towards those ends, we adopt and affirm these unifying principles. The unifying principles of the North Carolina Creation Network, and from now on I'm going to say the letters, hold that every citizen has the right to a clean environment that supports and sustains life. The unifying principles of NCCCN encourage respectful discussion of our differences, a willingness to understand, and the exploration of best possible solutions. The unifying principles of NCCCN hold that the strongest bonds are made through clear communications. Can I hear an amen about that?
Amen.
Clear communications. To that end, it is necessary that interfaith and cross-cultural communication skills are strengthened. While we may not always agree, we can have civil, respectful, and productive dialogue that leads to more productive and unifying problem solving. I almost feel like rereading that. Based on an abundance of resources supplied by our Creator God, our universe, and available in creation, we have an endless supply of energy from the sun, wind, water, and Earth's thermal energy that can supply all of our needs at a greatly reduced price. The NCCCN therefore supports a rapid transition to a new 100% non-carbon-based clean energy policy for the state of North Carolina. based on the production and use of solar, wind, or geothermal power. We support a just 100% clean energy transition, support the creation of tens of thousands of new clean energy jobs in our urban centers and rural areas, and the building of green, sustainable communities in North Carolina. We believe on principle that workers who transition from the fossil fuel industry to a clean energy economy should have a robust safety net, maintain their health care benefits, pensions, and be the first to be retrained and hired in the clean energy economy. And the question was, shouldn't water be added? And so I want to say that again, that when we break into small groups, part of the discussion will be, should there be any additions?
So why don't you let us know what our recommendations you've got, or ideas, the highlights, and we'll know if 3 minutes is over because Mr. Mack here has got a little time.
Fabulous. So group 1 met room 111, and there was one notable thing we felt had not been addressed, and that is forest protection. Forests are carbon sinks, and they actually become reverse global warming. We're cutting them down at an amazing rate. Want to make sure that was included, so we've got some work to do that. Natural climate solutions is a very important part. There's also something put on the parking lot, that was transportation. Just want to make sure that we recognize it's a big area that uses a lot of fossil fuel. So we had some wordsmithing. We believe it's very important to say not just care for our planet, but all living things. Again, that includes our forests, it includes our green, our balance between flora and fauna that is necessary to keeping our planet healthy. So we said, so we, all living things, not just we the people, but all living things can join together in a spirit of care. We hold that every living thing has the right to a clean environment. And then we also, at bullet point 4, felt it very important to say not just non-carbon based, but here's our wording: rapid transition to a clean, 100% non-carbon based and fossil fuel free, renewable energy policy. It's hard to say that. Too many F's for the state of North Carolina. So with those aspects, we felt that we were covering a more comprehensive look at how we can reduce and reverse climate change.
Okay, so keep things moving along, get rid of this. Okay, so the first thing that we addressed was the use of the word climate change. We feel that it's entirely too benign. So we changed that to climate chaos. We wanted to emphasize the urgency and to get people excited and feeling very much like it's something that has to be dealt with now. And chaos definitely does that. Okay, so that's that. And then in the word, we also wanted to keep the word stop instead of address or mitigate or whatever the word was here. What's the word?
Stop.
Yeah, we said stop. I think that, okay, so it stays. Okay. And then in the first preamble, we wanted to change citizen to being, and even beyond living beings. We wanted to keep all beings on Earth as part of this first thing. This things like that every being has the right, not just living beings, but every being. In the second one, we changed the word respectful because there was a little bit of pushback about that with the minority communities. So we felt that we wanted to change that to compassionate, which reflects the imam's wonderful words earlier. So we're going to encourage compassionate discussion. And let's see, in the next one we changed the sentence that says, earlier,
The last sentence.
the last sentence, thank you. We can have civil, mutually respectful, and transformative dialogue. We wanted to change the word productive to transformative. We felt that it was takes us much further. In the third one, as far as we got, we're changing this sentence to wind, water, earth's thermal energy. I'm sorry, we can supply. We do not have an endless supply, but we can supply the energy from the sun, wind, and earth, and so on. And we can supply the energy at a greatly reduced cost
things we found that could become redundant or confusing is the usage of creator and God, because pretty much most people would see that as the same thing, so that might confuse some people, so we just wanted to bring that point there, because I think a lot of people, the majority would say that that's the same thing. So some said, the majority in our group felt that creator would be probably the easiest for everyone to be able to embrace. At the end of the statement of purpose, it is our moral responsibility to respond to God's call for all people, whatever their spiritual path. We wanted to make sure that that's in there. Where it says differences, our group was having a consensus that, for example, in the preamble, if you look here at the bold print in the middle, and within our diversity to arrive at similar interests rather than differences, just to bring it together in that. Obviously, care was omitted. Obviously, there's a common human error here at the first unifying principle, North Carolina Creation Care Network. That's why there's 3 C's there. And we agreed with the group before us that hold that every living being has the right to a clean environment and supports. And that brings in the rights of nature and forests and things like that right there. And then there was a beautiful addition to the third one that we had at the end. While we may not always agree, we can have civil, respectful, and productive dialogue that leads to more productive and unifying problem solving and consensus building. So that was the addition that we got there. So then in the fourth unifying principle, here's this Earth's thermal energy, and then at the bottom it said geothermal power, which I believe are the same thing, so I think we need to unify those. And while water was mentioned at the top, it was not mentioned at the bottom, so we need to add that there. There's some grammatical issues. We have an editor in our group. So there should, after where it says non-carbon-based clean energy at the bottom of the fourth unifying principle, policy for the state of NC, that's a comma and not a semicolon. And then here we also had a redundant point. Support was mentioned twice in number 5. So we support a just 100% clean energy transition. The creation of things that there's no need to put support twice there. And then on the last, we felt the need to. So where it says we believe on principle that workers who transition, where it says to be the first, to be retrained and hired, I think if we just say and be retrained and hired, and then that way we can be fair to the last principle, which had urban and rural centers. So if there's a concentration, we want to make sure that everybody has that right. So while we're supporting that these people who are transitioning will be trained, and we put first, and it looks like we're adding some specification that doesn't need to be said in such clear terms. Amen.
You're over time, sir.
Okay, the last thing was at a greatly reduced price on the fourth. I did not mention that. This is basically going back into the capitalist system of money and wealth, and that being the statistic rather. We're a moral, spiritual thing. So I think if we just omit at a greatly reduced price, we can't guarantee that, number one. And number two, our concern is about the price of life and humanity and living beings on earth, not necessarily the wealth and the economy and all that.
Excellent.
I am speaking on behalf of Group 4 as the moderator and note taker. So being last, probably have some residents and definitely some similar things have already been said. One thing of note, the group thought that the word citizen was very limiting, so reconsider the usage of the word citizen in the unifying principles. Also, Mother Earth and Father Sky, while there are some communities that really know and honor that, there was concern that that might be very limiting from the indigenous perspective. Creation care implies that you believe in a creator, is aligned with that. And the thought is, because we already heard it brought up about using the creator God, there was a conversation about that in this group as well. And the recommendation was to use the creation, replacing creator God or creator with the creation as a unifying principle. Also, moving towards values and shared values as an emphasis for unifying principles. And that allows for us to not be anchored in religious consistency amongst different forms of religion, but really be focused and harnessing on the values and those things that we share with our group. Also, we already talked about, you said demand, our group use energy efficiency should be a focus. Fourth, included as a solution, and spiritual renewal. Under the preamble, it was suggested that there be a unifying message, and it could be, this is what we believe in, and we are against these threats or these organizations, and explicitly say who is represented in this preamble as well. Unity is the possibility of success collectively, and this is in terms of the network itself. Unity is the possibility of success, and collectively using this network to pool thoughts, resources, and ideas. There was a recommendation to add 100% by 2050, if that's something we can all agree on. And the real core of what I want to get to is we spent time talking about what questions weren't included, and I want to just give y'all some questions to think about as you're considering how to revise. How do we expand the table? What is the action plan? How do we collaborate? How do we partner? We need to consider having this conversation in other areas, specifically rural areas, or people, or in spaces where people who cannot get here on a Tuesday afternoon to an urban center. And I'll quickly go through the rest of the questions. This is a really good one. We're using the term and going out unifying. We should spend time thinking about what does it really mean to be unified and explicitly defining unifying. Ensure that there's a paradigm shift that includes principles of racial justice and economic justice, and then explicitly stating we believe in a clean energy transition that is just, and we went through and found that it's there, but maybe that needs to be pulled out some more. And then also another good question to think about as a creation care network is what is the scope of NCCN? Are we going to take on economic, capitalistic structure and but thank you.
Wow, thank you.